Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today starts the process of deciding one of the biggest decisions of your life, the guilt or innocence of O.J. Simpson. The defense will tell you that O.J. is not a monster, that he only loved Nicole Brown and wanted her back, but had decided if for her to be happy was for them to not be together anymore, then that was okay, as long as she was happy. The defense will tell you how Mr. Simpson gave it his all, and that it was Nicole who was the aggressor in the relationship. They will tell you how physically, how bad of shape he is in. Therefore, he could not have committed this crime. But this is not the case. O.J. Simpson is a murderer, an abuser. O.J. Simpson had to have all the control, and ultimately, his need for control led him to viciously murder Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman. I want to take you back to January 1st, 1989, early morning. At this time, a 911 call was placed from the home belonging to O.J. and Nicole. The 911 operator will testify to hearing what sounded like someone being hit. When the police responded, they were at the gate. Out of the darkness runs a scared and disheveled Nicole. "He's going to kill me. He's going to kill me," she kept repeating. She ran into the arms of an officer and collapsed. The officer will testify to these statements. You will hear of the handprints and marks seen on Nicole's neck. "He's going to kill me." She was terrified. O.J. Simpson eventually exited his home. He stated he no longer wanted Nicole in his bed. He had another girl. He ignored all commands given to him by the officers who said that they were going to arrest him, and led the officers ultimately in a car pursuit because he got in his car and he left. Eventually, he was charged and convicted of abuse of Nicole Brown Simpson. But the judge went against the prosecution on sentencing. The prosecution was concerned for Nicole's safety and well-being at the hands of O.J. Simpson. They wanted jail time, and they wanted intensive psychiatric therapy to hopefully maybe help Nicole be okay. The judge decided against this. The judge decided no jail time, and that O.J. was allowed to pick what psychiatrist he wanted to use and do his counseling over the phone. This, ladies and gentlemen, was the 9th time Nicole Brown was failed to be protected and taken seriously within the criminal justice system. Nicole Brown was failed again, just like all the previous times. That night she said, "You never do anything about him. You talk to him and then leave." O.J. knew he would be fine. He said, "The police have been out here 8 times before, and now you're going to arrest me for this?" He knew he would be fine. Nicole knew she was not going to be safe. Nicole Brown did try to save her marriage. He had written her letters of apology, telling her it will not happen again, and he was so sorry. But it did happen again. And Nicole finally got the strength to leave for good. And this was the beginning to her ending. Her and the kids got a place of their own. which began the stalking and harassment by O.J. Simpson. Standing in the dark outside her home, watching her and what she was doing, rage building up inside, a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. On October 25th of 1993, O.J. Simpson showed up to Nicole Brown's house, and he broke down her back door to get in. He was yelling and screaming, and Nicole was terrified. She called 911 twice, the second time just 50 seconds after the first call. You will hear in her voice the fear. You will hear in her voice the hopelessness. At this time, you can hear that Nicole had resigned herself to the fact that O.J. Simpson would end her life because no one would help. June 12th, 1994, what an amazing day to begin with. And the ending that Nicole Brown thought she had that day was amazing. She got to watch her daughter with her family close by at a school recital. And they all continued on to have a dinner together. Nicole surrounded by her children and all her loved ones. Just the greatest ending to her day, right? But sadly, this is where the happiness ends. That night, Nicole Brown was waiting for Ron Goldman to bring a pair of her mother's glasses to her that she left at the restaurant. Exactly what happened is only known by 3 people: Nicole Brown, Ron Goldman, and O.J. Simpson. The rage boiled over. Not allowed to go eat with everyone? How embarrassing for O.J. This was the final push for O.J. to snap. Ron Goldman, an innocent victim who was only there to bring glasses back to Nicole. Nicole, a victim of abuse, a victim of the criminal justice system, and ultimately the victim of death at the hands of a man who says he loved her. She was found curled up in the fetal position, blood everywhere, pulled underneath her. A vicious personal attack that left Nicole Brown dead, almost decapitated. She fought for her life. She had defensive wounds. She's dead because O.J. Simpson lost all control over her. Dead because he would never let her go. Dead because O.J. Simpson decided to end her life because she fully rejected him. Ladies and gentlemen, you will be hearing about everything. The details of this case are very hard to hear and see. You will hear Nicole Brown and the fear she has of O.J. You will hear the testimony of the officers, what she kept saying: he's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. And that is what happened. O.J. Simpson murdered Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman. O.J. Simpson is guilty, and our evidence and testimonies will prove this. Thank you.